All right, so for this episode of Industrial Sage, well, we're not in the beautiful Optimum Production Studios. Well, we are at Modex 2018 in Atlanta, Georgia. So Modex is in our backyard because we record everything here in Atlanta. And we thought, you know what? We've done all the episodes so far in the studio. Why don't we come out and let's talk to people. Let's get an understanding of the different products and the innovations and things that are going on. So what better way to do that than do it at a trade show? So we're here and it's going to be super exciting. We're going to be talking to all the different companies to get an understanding of those products, those innovations, those marketing tactics that are doing it. Now, one key thing before we get started is that this show is huge. There's like over 900 exhibitors. There's all kinds of things going on, and it's really exciting. So we actually had to kind of recruit some more help. So I had to bring in Mr. Joseph Zuniga here. Say hello.
Hello.
All right, so he's going to be doing some interviews and stuff. So there's going to be a little bit of both of us in here. So I had to clone myself a little bit so we could do this. So Joseph, tell us something about yourself.
Hey, I'm Joseph. I work with Danny over at IndustrialSage, and I'm pretty excited to be here. There's a lot of really cool vendors, really cool robots, and really great food. That's not a whole lot about myself, but at least what I'm excited about. So
nobody wanted to hear that anyways. They wanted to hear about all the other cool things here. So that's exciting. And we had to bring in Joseph to help kind of like cover things because I also had a fourth child at the beginning of Modex, or the night before. So it was a little.
Congratulations.
I'm a father again, 4 times over. But can you believe that? So anyways, we're super excited. Get ready. This is going to be a really awesome episode. I'm Danny Gonzalez, and this is
Joseph Zuniga.
And this is Industrial Sage.
Welcome to Industrial Sage, a free weekly video podcast series all about digital marketing for industrial manufacturers. Hear interviews with your peers and find out how they're solving the same challenges that you might be facing in your own field. Coming to you from the Optimum Production Studio in Atlanta, Georgia, this is Industrial Sage.
All right, I'm here with Kevin Reeder from Canop at Modex 2018. Really excited. Canop's got some really cool stuff they're rolling out with, but let's let Kevin tell us a little about, if you're not familiar with Canop, who they are, and some of the new things you're bringing to market here today.
Well, Canop is an end-to-end supply chain producer of mechanization and software and controls and things like that. And our latest products include a control tower for managing all the operations side of warehousing and distribution. What we're introducing at the show is a new OSR Evo shuttle. We introduced the shuttle actually to the US or to the global market about 15 years ago or so, and this is the latest generation that's highly flexible, highly scalable, all the things that supply chain leaders are looking for in their warehousing and supply chain operations.
And that's what we're seeing back here behind us, right?
That's what we're seeing behind us, yeah. With the cool green lights.
Cool green lights. That says innovation to me, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. So I think you got something else you've rolled out with?
We have rolled out Red Pilot in the U.S., and we announced 2 days ago at the beginning of the show that we actually have a top 5 retailer committed to the first 3 sites in the U.S., but that's all about Red Pilot. And Red Pilot is an incredible product that uses big data, predictive modeling and analytics, Internet of Things technologies, and artificial intelligence to help supply chain managers and leaders run and manage their operations, and do so in a way that it makes it much more predictable. The big bang for the buck is that what we found, it makes their life easier. Number one, because it's a complex thing to manage supply chain operations, but also the cost side of it is also impact. We originally thought our target was 3% reduction in cost of operations, and it's far exceeded that now in the initial application, where we're controlling 7 distribution centers, 5,000 employees. So we're excited as all get out about that particular product.
I would be too. Congratulations. That's not a small number there. So that's a huge achievement there. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
So let's talk a little bit about on the marketing side. What's sort of like your go-to market strategy with rolling out some of these products? I know you've been around the market for a little while, so you've got some existing relationships, obviously. But what does that look like?
Well, first off, it's about establishing an understanding of customer needs. That really drives it all. If you meet needs, then the rest of the job feels pretty easy from our perspective. And we have a very robust R&D commitment at Canop. So 7% of our annual revenue is returned to R&D, and that R&D is not just product R&D, but R&D through incubating companies like Red Pilot, who has started for a specific goal and has achieved it in meteoric schedules. So once you deal with the customer needs, then it's all about introducing that product to the market, getting some good understanding of how the product is performing, refining the product or service, and then once you have that, some initial customers in target markets. When you have those customers in target markets, then you're really prepared to go to market. And we have a multi-channel approach, so we soften up the market with online tactics, public relations, and in this case, a fairly splashy launch event for both at Modex 2018.
Yeah, it looks great here. This is awesome, and you've got a lot of other things, a lot of other events and other things going on here at Modex. So, my last question was, overall, you kind of mentioned a little bit of some of those tactics. What would you say your top 3 best performing marketing tactics are?
Well, I think it depends on the phase of the release, right? So initially, we're using some social media. We're using some, typical tactics to drive people to an event like this. Many of our large customers are here. If you look at a show like Modex, the Fortune 500 companies, which is our target, Fortune 1000 actually, they account for probably 10% of the visitors. So we want to drive them here. We want to have a place that's economic for us to deliver our messaging and show them what the product is all about. So it's a combination of tactics that culminate in a cost-effective venue that we can demonstrate the product and move forward to the next phase of the sales process.
So you mean to tell me you just did do an AdWords campaign, Google AdWords, and all this happened because of that?
No, we didn't. No, we're really into multi-channel, and people use their sources of information. They're in different places. They use them in different ways, and you need to understand that in order to make an effective launch.
Absolutely. Well, awesome. Kevin, I really appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Congratulations on all of the great new innovations, the product release, and the success of the show you've had here. And thanks for spending a little bit of time with us.
That's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And good morning. This is Joseph with IndustrialSage here at Modex Atlanta 2018. I'm here with Craig at Hanel Storage Solutions. How are you doing, Craig?
I'm doing well, Joe. Thank you.
And what kind of environment is it here today, and what is the big kind of product and service that you're pushing this year?
Well, you're at a Hanel Storage Systems booth. We are a material handling company, and we manufacture vertical storage technology. We manufacture 3 types of vertical storage technology. The vertical carousel, which is behind me, which we've been manufacturing since 1953. We're the longest continuous manufacturer of automated vertical storage technology in the world. We also manufacture a vertical lift and also what we call a multi-space, which is a multi-bay vertical lift design.
Wow, that's a lot of exciting stuff. We see a lot of whirring gizmos and machinery behind us. What are some really cool ways that you're getting the word out about your product?
I think what we're doing a lot is a lot of digital marketing efforts right now, a lot of inbound, outbound marketing approaches. That's how we get our word out, and a lot of repeat business. I think sometimes our best customers are those that tell the story to others, and that helps us out a lot.
Absolutely. So in terms of digital marketing and inbound and outbound, is there one that's maybe your particular favorite or one that works most effectively for you?
Well, we use HubSpot. The gentleman from that is actually behind the camera right now, Dave Phillips, is our marketing manager, and he's in charge of that effort.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that sounds like they've got a lot going on. Good luck for you within the next few days, and we'll see you around.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
All right, I'm here with Bram with Forklift Simulators here at Modex 2018, and Bram's got some really cool stuff they've got going on here. Bram, tell me a little bit about Forklift Simulators for those who don't know you guys and what you do.
Yeah, so the product we have, the company is called Playwork, and our first product is a forklift simulator. It's basically a virtual reality forklift simulator. You can compare it to a flight simulator, but for forklifts.
So it's basically a video game.
It's some kind of a video game. You map a whole environment and you drive a forklift in a virtual environment with all the hazards, all the exercises, the real task you have to perform.
So all kidding aside, I mean, yes, it does look like a video game, but obviously it's really helping, you guys are finding, to really curb safety incidents. Tell me a little bit about that.
So you basically learn from the basis on how to drive a forklift step by step. So we start very easy with the controls, driving forward, and then we make it more and more complicated. So we start to add traffic. People can even drive around in their own warehouse, so we can map that as well. So they can practice the work routine before they go on a job.
That's awesome. So do you have are there any stats that you found early on as far as what is being able to curb safety incidents at all?
So the first thing that's very important is a very engaging way to engage people around safety. It's a lot more effective than a poster on the wall or somebody shouting in the hallway. So that's the first one. So it changes the awareness around safety, very important. And that translates into results. Some of our earlier customers report between 18 and 30% less incidents.
Wow, that's awesome. That's super exciting. So it's a great solution on helping to curb, safety incidents. So tell me a little bit about, we've got this awesome product, and you've got other products. What's your go-to market strategy with this? What have you found that to be successful?
So it all started like 3 years ago when we were on a fair like this one, same one in Chicago, and we won the Innovation Awards. And then people started coming up and like, I want to buy this. So we started making one, and then it's, making the first cases, delivering, learning from that. A show like this is still very good because it's so new and such a new technology that people have to try it. Like it's 3D, it's 360. It's very hard to explain or even convey in a 2D format. So trying and giving a lot of demos in an effective way, that's very important. And then the second is web strategy. So if you go on Google, you rank very high, number one. So people just go there and if they're looking for VR forklifts, so.
That's how you do it. All right, so I think we're getting into my last question here a little bit. What would you say would be your top 3 best performing marketing tactics?
I think still shows and doing demos. It's still something you have to experience. And I think web is also becoming more and more important. What exactly on the web, that's still a bit trial and error. So it's continuously trying to find some things we found out is that people looking for a training room, then they don't know what to put inside. So that can be a good one. Often new safety managers want to come up with a lot of new ideas. That's a good target. What we also find is people who are retiring, experienced safety manager, and there's some kind of the last legacy they want to give to the younger guys.
Interesting. So you mentioned earlier search. So you get pay per click or SEO or what are those tactics and you said you're doing some trial and error here, but
still a bit trial and error. We have not really decided on, as a startup company, you really have to decide where you put your money. I can't say what's the most effective yet, but for sure digital nowadays is a big part. The one thing we find is that still people, even when they go online and see all the information, they still want to try it.
Right. So it's not going to obviously probably not make the sale right there, but it's going to help to generate that awareness and kind of tease them for more information.
And then on the follow-up is like a WebEx demo, can be very effective so people can see it, ask questions, interactive. And then even sending over a kit so they can try and see it themselves.
Awesome. I think you said a really key thing there that I'd like our audience to take away is that, it's not an exact science. You are trying out different things to see what is going to work and what isn't, and actually what might have worked last year or last week might not work tomorrow. So
it's evolving also. Like in the target group, you can try to target the senior people and headquarters, but this is also like a bottom-up, engage the forklift drivers. It's a very emotional product for them. Exactly. They can show how good they are, and they also have a say and then can bring it up to their colleagues. So.
Absolutely, going into the influencer versus necessarily the decision maker there, having that push-pull kind of strategy. Excellent. Well, Bram, I really appreciate the time. You got a really awesome product. I want to try it out here if I can. And but thanks again. It's awesome. Oh, actually, last thing. If somebody is really interested in learning more about you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
I would say online. So we have a website, forkliftsimulator.com, with some movies, some use cases, and there they can also get in touch with us.
All right, excellent. Now we're officially done. Okay, thanks.
Hey there, this is Joseph from IndustrialSage. We're here at Modex 2018 in Atlanta, Georgia. I have the honor of being here with Bhaskar from Siemens Digital Factory.
Hello.
And Bhaskar, why don't you tell us about what you all have going on here?
Sure. So my name is Bhaskar Chopra. I'm with the Siemens Digital Factory Group. I'm the industry manager for material handling solutions. And today at Modex, we're showing off our automation and motion control solutions that revolutionize the material handling industry.
Revolution, that's a pretty big word. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about how your products are working to change the industry?
Sure. Well, what we're trying to show off here today is our series of technology and fail-safe PLCs in conjunction with our high-end series of servo controllers and single-axis servo units that can be applied to a variety of different material handling solutions, from automated sortation systems to AGVs to ASRS systems, all the way down to straight conveyors. These products are very flexible for the industry. They all operate off of one programming environment, TIA Portal, where now you don't have to buy a separate programming environment for drives, you don't have to buy a separate programming environment for visualization, and you don't have to buy a separate programming environment for your PLCs. Everything can be brought into one environment, heavily cutting down your engineering time, your commissioning time, and your time to market, which is big in this industry. One of the additional technologies we're bringing to market and showing off at Modex is MindSphere, our industrial Internet of Things cloud platform that's meant to be able to provide customers a unique data analytics advantage that they normally wouldn't have had 5, 10, 15 years ago. One of the main pain points within the material handling industry is the ability to have condition-based monitoring and predictive analytics for all the conveyors in your distribution center or baggage handling system. What MindSphere allows you to do is pick up specific data points on everything that's connected to this cloud platform, whether that's vibrational data, whether that's overload amperage, whether that's temperature data, and bring that into a dashboard, which then allows the consumer to make intelligent decisions on when some sort of system may fail, way before it's time when it would be disadvantageous for that system to fail. With the data analytics that MindSphere brings consumers, these people now have the capability of having much more informed decision making, lowering their downtime, and increasing their time to market to this industry.
That is a lot of really awesome stuff. It sounds like you're going to be bringing a lot of unity to the different systems, saving everyone a lot of time and energy. What are some of the ways that you're going about marketing that service and product to the industry?
Sure. So we have very unique solutions, and solutions that a lot of people are trying to get to know of quicker and faster in the market. One of the ways that we're doing a very good job from a digital marketing standpoint is introducing blogs and training videos on LinkedIn. We know that there's a lot of our customers that look at LinkedIn for best practices and how-to videos. We're doing a very large blog series on LinkedIn about some of the ways that these products, both from a commissioning and engineering standpoint, can save time, energy, and money for the engineers that have to go about commissioning them.
All right, I'm glad you said that. That's really a growing trend in the industry, is we're realizing that we have to educate our clients and our customers, because what we have going on is sometimes pretty complicated, and we're going to help people to make an informed buying decision. We want to help to teach them exactly what's going to be going on. Are you finding that educating through video and things on LinkedIn, is that starting quickly, or is that getting a lot of traction right away, or are you finding it's more of a slow but gradual beginning?
What it does, it gets people excited about the concept of a different way of learning. What we found is that our LinkedIn marketing concept is serving almost as a bait to customers. Once they see the capabilities of what we have in terms of digital marketing from a LinkedIn promotional standpoint, they ask us for more and more educational videos for commissioning products. Gone, we see, are the days of having traditional training manuals to teach people how to use products. People, especially in this newer demographic, want to learn from YouTube videos and training series that are more video-based in nature. And we're trying very hard to come up with more and more ways of educating our customers on the capabilities of these technologies and the commissioning practices of these technologies through video libraries and video training series on places like YouTube and LinkedIn.
Wow, it sounds like you're also perfectly integrated in your digital marketing as well. So you're being, you've got a lot of ingenuity in your marketing and in your products. Sounds like Siemens is where it's at. Bhaskar, I really appreciate your time. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm here with Bastion Solutions. I've got Brian and Joe here, and we're here at Modex 2018. And Brian, sorry, it's been a long day. If you, yeah, exactly. We're day 3 now. Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about Bastion Solutions? Who are you guys? What do you guys do, for those who don't know?
So Bastion Solutions is one of the world's largest material handling and systems integrators. And what that means is that through our internal manufacturing and our network of vendors and partners, we can offer solutions to our clients really with anything within the 4 walls of a warehouse. So that's everything from your more traditional technologies like racking, conveyance, controls, all the way up to advanced technologies like sortation, goods to person, warehouse management systems, and eventually into the really advanced technologies like our mobile robotics group, which does a batch picking robot, and the one we're unveiling this week, our ultra robot.
The fun stuff.
Absolutely. It's the stuff that you think about when you're an engineer in college. How can I use this creativity? Here we go.
And there's the creativity. That's awesome. So, Joe, maybe you could walk me through a little bit. What is this? What's this new big innovation? It looks super exciting back here.
So this is our Ultra robot. It's a truck loading and unloading robot, and it does that by full autonomous systems. And what it really is designed for is to go inside a trailer, load it or unload it with fully autonomous. And these robots can go from one door to the other and unload or load multiple docks at the same time.
That's super exciting. This looks really, really cool. So how is this going to change and revolutionize supply chain or material handling as we know it?
Well,
who wants to take that question?
You can start it off and then, yeah.
Well, this is a big challenge. You know, nobody has done this before, and people have tried. They were successful, but it's slow and it's not reliable. What we've done is we've designed a solution for a very challenging problem, and we've built it from the scratch up just to have it designed specifically to be optimal for such applications and to fit in within these confined spaces and load tough products that are heavy, that can go up to 70 pounds. And this is a huge problem. You know, you have people that are trying to load or unload trucks with cases that are heavy, and they're very prone to injuries, and they don't last. There's very high turnover rate. And what we're trying to do here, we're showcasing this product, we're launching it officially into the market, and we're hoping we get a lot of traction and a lot of people to fund such applications and work with us to get these into the market.
Awesome. You have something to add?
Yeah, well, I was speaking to a warehouse manager the other day that has about a 300 employee warehouse, and he was saying that he has to pay his trailer unloader and loaders about a 50% premium that he does his regular warehousing staff because nobody will do it. He says, and even with that premium on top of it, there's still a retention rate half as good as the rest of the warehouse. So the turnover is unbelievable. So if you think about the current staffing issues that the industry is seeing, which is only going to get worse, and then you take the most laborious job within the warehouse, it's basically we're doing essentially the dirty work that if you're lucky enough to have an operator do it, they're not going to do it very long. So not only is it an exciting technology, but it really fills a gap within the market that's only going to grow wider as the years go on.
That's super exciting. So it looks like it addresses a lot of those challenges. Really great solution, and it looks really cool. So
very aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly. So what I would, my next question would be, what's your go-to market strategy on this?
Well, I guess I'll kind of do high level and maybe
high level.
Go into detail. Sure. So with something like this, you always want to look for good partners, right? We can develop the product in-house, but if we can find a partner that has a live environment for us to test, troubleshoot, work out with, share some of the responsibility, that's always what we go for. So we've engaged one, and we're obviously, with the unveiling today, looking to add more and more. And then once we get our pilots out into the field, we refine the product, that's when we would, I think, probably start bulk manufacturing and really introduce it at a high level.
He covered it all. He did an awesome job at it.
Great job.
Well.
Excellent. So last question. What are your top 3 marketing tactics?
3 marketing tactics? So I would say our YouTube channel is extremely strong. We have several thousand videos on there showing technologies, information sessions, case studies of existing projects we've done. We also do some traditional marketing tactics like flyers, outbound marketing, things like that. Obviously trade shows, network events, that's a large one for us. And then I would say the word of mouth. This is a very everyone in this industry knows each other, right? So if you do a good project, everyone will say, oh, I heard about that project you did with so-and-so. So utilizing our vendors as well as our customers is another terrific tactic for us.
Awesome. I really appreciate it. Best of luck here with Bastion, Brian, and Joe. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
I'm here with John from Beckno Robotics, and you got pretty impressive stuff going on here. Tell me a little bit about Beckno, who you guys are, have you been around, what you guys are doing?
Sure, happy to do that. My name's John Hayes. I'm Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Beckno Robotics. So our focus is full spectrum automation, and we concentrate on AGV and the AMR world, bringing to that market both the advantages of automated guided vehicles, which are our larger bulk material handling line, those being tuggers and pallet jacks, and the more traditional AGV solutions. And then we back down from that into the more AMR world for things like each picking, tote picking. From that level, then we back all the way down to equipment that does robotic each pick, so we can do things like order allocation, order consolidation. So the focus for our company is to take the robotics knowledge that we have. We've been in the robotics industry since 1998, been around for a very long time. Take that knowledge, push that knowledge from our automated mobile robot line up to the AGV line, consolidate what one does good, take that benefit, apply it to the AGV line. So give that functionality and those abilities across the entire spectrum and create solutions based on the technology that we bring to market for many, many years.
That's awesome. Now, how can you not love robots, right?
Exactly,
Robotics,
right?
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So what are some of your go-to market strategies now that, obviously you've been in this game for a little bit, and you just key factor there saying, you didn't start there. Well, maybe you can tell me a little bit about that story and then how you're going to market with that.
Well, sure. My background is engineering and then in sales and then in marketing. But the way that our process works, so what our goal is from a sales and marketing perspective is to first generate interest. And to do that, you have to get your message out. So the first thing you have to do in any organization, in any company, is first you have to understand who you are and what you do and why do you care. Why do you personally care what we do? The next step from that is then getting that message out. So we use a combination of marketing automation, which I would highly recommend. If companies aren't using marketing automation, you're wasting your marketing dollars.
Quick question, which platform are you using?
We use a company called SharpSpring, and we're very happy with it. It does a great job. Marketing automation, for those of you who don't know, allows you to put your message out, and it allows you to track who actually sees that message, who responds to it, and it also allows you to see who responds to it multiple times.
And it's also, you just do it once and it's done, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything else after that.
No, absolutely not. But the goal is this, and here's why this matters. When you have your marketing automation in place, our goal as a sales organization, the way that we set this up, is you set this up in a way that you get your feedback. And I always say that sales leads the company, marketing leads everything. So in our world, we drive demand with marketing, we drive awareness, and our goal as a marketing and sales organization is to continue to fill the funnel with qualified leads available for sale. Yeah. And so I don't rely on salespeople prospecting. And I know this is going to sound cliched, but salespeople need to close.
Yeah, right, yeah. And not prospect and generate?
Right. Now, certainly I want salespeople engaged in doing their prospecting and those things, but we need salespeople that can close. And so our basis of sales and marketing is marketing leads sales. So we generate interest, we give them qualified leads, we rate leads as they come in. We will rate them A, B, or C. So from that, we have some indication in our SharpSpring or CRM what we expect to come in, because there is still the management function of running a company. But we can then concentrate on A, B, or C list items and continue to push them leads. And marketing's job on top of that is to maintain the message. So every year, our focus with marketing and sales is trade shows. So we look at every year as a 6-month cycle. We roll into a trade show 6 months prior, we put a message in place that we do for the trade show, whatever that might be.
Right.
And we push that message up until the trade show. And during that 6-month cycle, marketing also has to be responsible for generating leads.
Yeah. Yep.
When you get to the trade show, we expect to come out of this trade show with a large number of qualified leads. So now marketing can take a break, concentrate on strategy and messaging, catching up on what they need. They can take a breath because this is a lot of work for a marketing department. Sales will work that 6 months on those leads, and then the 6 months that marketing is taking a breath, they are getting ready for a trade show, but they're also getting ready for the end of the leads that we generated at the trade show. So there's a 6-month gap leading up to the next trade show where they are solely responsible for generating the same quantity and quality of leads that we generated at a trade show. So there's a cycle that occurs. We know that at a trade show we're going to get a big bucket full of leads. 6 months later, we'll probably run through those leads, and marketing has to have the commitment to generate that same number of leads in the 6 months running up to the trade show. So that's the cycle that we have in sales. We then take those leads, like I said, we'll qualify them A, B, or C. A-list leads go to salespeople. They should close. B-list leads are ones that still need gestation. C-list leads are the ones that we touch through marketing automation. And that's our process.
That is awesome. I love that. We just literally just had an episode, I don't know when you're watching, episode 35 or so, literally very much on this topic, and this is good to know that we weren't just making this up out of our minds. People actually do this. No, this is it's very exciting. It's very good. So last question I have for you, and I think you kind of maybe touched on it a little bit there. Top 3 marketing tactics, what are they?
I believe there are top 3 marketing tactics. Number 1, you absolutely have to sit down day one of any company and understand who you are. So that's number 1. And that, whether that's marketing or whether that's just strategy, you have to understand who you are and at the foundation what you want to accomplish. And number 2, you have to take that, and as cliched as this is, you have to turn that into 30 seconds of why you care. So this is who we are, this is what we do, but why do you care what it is? And there's a core set of beliefs that every human has that you better wrap into it, right? But then number 3, and there's a 3A and 3B. The most important thing outside of those things has got to be marketing automation. And the reason I say that is because you have no feedback of what you're putting out unless you see it coming back. And in my world, it is a key component to be able to see that the marketing work that we do comes back and I can judge our level of interest. So I knew this trade show was going to be a success. We knew it because leading up.
Prepared ahead of time.
We were prepared ahead of time. I could see people hitting our website, people downloading our white papers, coming to this trade show, and that's why we have so many people in our booth, because we knew we were going to run into this. And then 3B is a sales function, but I'm also responsible for sales, but it's important that when you get those leads that you rate them in some quantifiable manner. And so those are my 3 golden nuggets for you. How about that? Golden
that's
rules.
awesome. No, that was perfect. I love what you said there at the end. It reminds me of, I'm a big college football fan, not sure. All right, so University of Alabama, Nick Saban, oh wow, they won this, well, they won the championship. And see, when do you think they actually won that? They said they actually won it 4 years prior through recruiting.
Agreed.
It started way back when. So your trade show shouldn't start day one of the trade show and that marketing. It needs to be before. So
that's correct.
Oh man, I love it. So John, thanks so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome. Happy to do
information. So if somebody has any questions they want to reach you, where could they reach you?
They can reach us through our website, Beckno.com. You can also reach me personally at john.hayes@Beckno.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much. All right.